So the first 6 months of calendar year 2026 have come to an end, and clearly there was a lot of turbulence in the last 6 months thanks to West Asia crisis. So let's take a look at everything that has transpired on a year-to-date basis. First up, look at the kind of underperformance Nifty has shown as compared to US markets. Nifty has declined nearly 8% on a year-to-date basis. On the flip side, we have S&P 500, which has gained nearly 14%, which clearly depicts how underperforming Indian equity markets were in the first 6 months of calendar year 2026. Let's shift focus to commodity markets then and look at the kind of moves that we have seen over there. Gold, it was at the start of the year at about $4,320 an ounce. It has fallen to near 4,000, which means on a year-to-date basis, we have seen a decline of about 6%. But it's not just about the decline. Look at the kind of volatility that we have seen. It's a sharp uptick in the middle of the year when the West Asia conflict broke, and that it steadily declined with a year-to-date decline of about 6%. Let's also talk about oil then and look at the kind of moves that we have seen over there. At the height of geopolitical uncertainty, Brent crude shot up to nearly $119 per barrel. Since then, after the West Asia conflict cooled off and after the Strait of Hormuz reopened, crude prices have now fallen to about $72 per barrel, but this is still elevated as compared to pre-West Asia war levels of $60 per barrel, which means they've risen 19% on a year-to-date basis in the first 6 months of calendar year 2026. Let's also put the spotlight on a couple of other parameters. An Indian rupee continues to depreciate. At the start of the year, it was at about 89. It is at 94.3 currently, which means Indian rupee has depreciated nearly 5 times versus the US dollar in the first 6 months of calendar year 2026. Meanwhile, let's also talk about US 10-year benchmark yield. At the start of the year, 4.1, it is currently at 4.3. We have seen an increase of about 20 basis points on a year-to-date basis. So these are the 5 charts which depict how global commodity markets and Indian equity markets as compared to US have performed in the first 6 months of calendar year 2026.
All right, Shesha. Thank you so much.